Have you ever wondered why some companies seem to have a loyal fan base that will follow them anywhere, while others struggle to gain traction? Or why some leaders inspire massive action, while others can barely get people to take notice? What's the secret to building that level of trust and loyalty? In Simon Sinek's groundbreaking book, Start With Why, we learn that the answer lies in something simple yet incredibly powerful: purpose. Today, we're going to dive deep into how starting with why, a concept that drives all successful leaders and organizations, can transform the way you approach leadership, business, and even your personal life. Stick around till the end of the video for some actionable tips on how to apply these principles to your own journey. You won't want to miss this. Start With Why is about one fundamental idea: great leaders, companies, and movements don't just tell people what they do, they inspire people by communicating why they do it. Sinek's central argument is simple: people are drawn to a cause, a belief, or a purpose, not just the product or service being offered. They're motivated by an emotional connection to a deeper vision that resonates with them. This is the secret to building long-term loyalty and trust, something many businesses overlook. But once you understand the why, you can unlock a level of success and influence that few others will ever achieve. Simon Sinek introduces his now famous concept of the Golden Circle, which is the framework at the heart of his book. The Golden Circle consists of 3 concentric circles. 1. Why, the core belief or purpose that drives you. It's the reason you do what you do. 2. How, the unique process or approach that sets you apart from others. 3. What, the tangible product, service, or offering that you deliver to the world. Sinek argues that most companies and leaders focus on the outermost circle: what, the products or services they sell. They talk about features, functionality, and the mechanics of what they do. However, the most influential companies and leaders flip the golden circle around. They start with why. They communicate their belief, their core purpose, and they let that inspire their actions and decisions. This is what sets them apart and makes their message powerful and compelling. Starting with why is about more than just being motivational. It's about clarity and authenticity. When you start with why, you create a sense of belonging and excitement for your customers, employees, or followers. They're not just buying into your product, they're buying into your vision. They feel part of something bigger. It's the difference between selling a product and creating a movement. Why does starting with why matter? Simon Sinek gives a compelling argument for why is so powerful in the first place. The idea of starting with purpose goes far beyond simple inspiration. It taps into human biology. He explains that our brains are wired to respond to meaning, not just facts and logic. The why corresponds with the limbic brain, which is responsible for feelings like trust, loyalty, and emotional connection. This is the part of the brain that drives decision-making, much of it subconsciously. The how and what come from the neocortex, which handles logic and rational thought. But when you speak to someone's why, you're speaking directly to their emotions and their sense of identity. This is why companies and leaders who communicate their purpose, why they exist, are so much more successful at inspiring action. People are drawn to causes they believe in. They want to be a part of something that's bigger than just making a profit or achieving personal success. Famous examples of starting with why. To really bring this concept to life, Sinek uses several examples of companies and leaders who successfully start with why, and others who fail to do so. Apple is one of the most iconic examples. Apple isn't just about selling phones or computers. What sets Apple apart is its why: to challenge the status quo, to think differently, and to push the boundaries of innovation. They don't just sell products, they sell a vision of empowerment and personal expression through technology. This message resonates with millions of customers around the world, creating loyalty and excitement that transcends just buying the latest product. Apple's customers don't just buy a phone, they buy into a movement. Another powerful example is Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King didn't just have a dream. He had a why, a belief in a world where people are judged by the content of their character and not the color of their skin. He communicated his why so powerfully that millions of people rallied around him, marching with a shared sense of purpose and conviction. King's ability to articulate his why is a big part of why the civil rights movement was so successful. It wasn't just about the what, ending segregation, or the how, marches, speeches. It was about a deep, shared belief in equality and justice. But what happens when companies fail to start with why? Sinek points out that many organizations focus on what they do and how they do it but fail to communicate the why behind their actions. These companies may find short-term success, but they lack the long-term loyalty and enthusiasm that companies like Apple or leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. create. Without a clear why, companies risk becoming just another commodity, interchangeable with others in the market. The law of diffusion of innovation. Sinek also introduces the law of diffusion of innovation, a theory that explains how new ideas and technology spread. The model consists of 5 segments: innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. According to Sinek, to achieve widespread adoption of your idea, you must first reach the innovators and early adopters. People who are drawn to the why behind your product or movement. These are the people who are excited by the vision and purpose behind what you do. Once you've connected with these early believers, your why begins to resonate with the early majority, and from there, the idea can spread to the masses. Without starting with why, it's much harder to get the early adopters on board. But when you clearly articulate your purpose, you can build a community of passionate supporters who will advocate for your cause and help you reach the next phase of adoption. The importance of authenticity. Sinek also stresses the importance of authenticity when communicating your why. It's not enough to just tell people you have a strong purpose, you need to live it every day. Your actions must align with your message. If your why is truly authentic, it will resonate with others and build trust. If it's not, people will see right through it. Authenticity is key to building long-term success and maintaining the loyalty of your followers. Key takeaways. Start with why. Great leaders and companies start with why, their core belief or purpose, before focusing on how and what. This inspires loyalty and trust, creating long-term success. The Golden Circle. The Golden Circle framework consists of 3 layers: why, purpose, how, process, and what, product. The most successful organizations start with why. Human connection. The why speaks to the limbic brain, which controls feelings and emotions, creating stronger connections with people. The law of diffusion of innovation. To spread your idea, start with the innovators and early adopters, who will help you reach the masses. Authenticity matters. Being genuine in your why is crucial to building trust and loyalty. It's not enough to just talk about your purpose, you need to live it every day. Conclusion. So, if you want to inspire real change in your life, business, or career, it's time to start with why. Whether you're a leader, entrepreneur, or anyone striving to make an impact, discovering your deeper purpose and communicating it clearly will set you on a path to success. Want to learn how to find your own why and apply these principles to your life? Stay tuned, because in the next section of the video, we're going to break it down for you with some practical steps you can take right now. And before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, because you won't want to miss the next big idea we're going to dive into. Thanks for watching.